¿Cómo están, fanáticos de la lucha libre? Bienvenidos sean ustedes a un nuevo video de nuestro canal Wrestling para Todos, junto a Solo para Fanáticos de Wrestling. En esta ocasión les traemos una nueva entrevista junto a mi compañero Martín, con una chica que puede dar grandes luchas y puede reparar autos, queriendo acabar con el estigma que hay entre mujeres y estos vehículos. Me refiero nada más ni nada menos que Amber Nova, famosa por competir en varias empresas como NXT, Impact, AEW, entre otras. Antes de proceder con este video, los quiero invitar a que dejen su like debajito y que se suscriban a nuestro canal, ya que nos ayudan a seguir creciendo y traer más contenido para ustedes. Ahora, sin más preámbulos, los dejo con la entrevista a Amber Nova.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you one of the top female wrestlers in the world. She has competed in AEW, Impact, and NXT. Amber Nova. How are you doing today, Amber?
Oh, thank you for the introduction. I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing fine.
We're doing fine, thank you. Amber, my first question is the following. How did your interest in pro wrestling start, and who or what inspired you to become a wrestler?
So my interest in pro wrestling started when I was younger. I used to watch it with my dad, my siblings. I'm one of 5 kids, so my 3 sisters and brother, they weren't that into it the way I was, but I'd go to live events. So I watched it my whole life. I still watch it. I still watched it when I was an EMT, and I saw these young women coming up in the business like Sasha and Bailey and Paige in the WWE Performance Center here in Orlando, which is only 2 states away from me, from South Carolina. So I decided to move my life to Orlando and pursue wrestling. And I apologize in advance. My voice is a little hoarse. I had a sinus infection this past week, so I was a little sick.
Yeah, don't worry about
Don't worry.
it. Well, you started wrestling around 5 years ago. How was the process of becoming a wrestler like?
Oh man, the process of becoming a wrestler is painful and stressful, and you see all these things online about like the work you put in is the work you get out, and how you have to really hustle and strive and sacrifice, and it's 100% true. I had to give up my career job as an EMT back home and moved away from all my friends and family. I moved away from everybody I knew. I moved alone. I got in a ring with a bunch of people I didn't know. I started beating up my body, and it was thrilling and exciting and passionate, and telling a story is what I want to do in my story with American muscle cars, being the daughter of a mechanic, women, that they can do it. You girls can do it. You can change your oil. You can wrestle. You can fix people up. You can be an EMT. You can do it all.
All right, that's a good message. I really like it. Thank you, Amber. My next question is, a few years ago, you competed in Impact Wrestling. What was that experience like?
It was incredible. I got to work with women like Gail Kim, Taya Valkyrie, who's now Frankie Monet in NXT. I got to work with Rosemary, just so many really great women. Sue Young. I mean, the list goes on. Sienna. And I was really new in the business. I had only been wrestling I think under 2 years, maybe a year. And I got given really good opportunity because I had good training, and I got to hang in the ring with these women, and they thought that I could, I guess, hang with them. So they kept bringing me back, and I got some really good experience getting in the ring with them. So Impact was my first TV experience, and I got to learn quick.
Yeah, that's very cool. And you also wrestled a couple of times in WWE's NXT brand, facing wrestlers like Nikki Cross, Io Shirai, and Kairi Sane. How is the environment working for WWE?
Oh, it was incredible. I mean, it's similar to Impact, but a whole nother level. Yeah, I got to wrestle 2 of the top women from Japan, Io Shirai and Kairi Sane, with my tag partner at the time, Rebel, Tanea Brooks, who you now see in AEW. I wrestled my first match at NXT was Nikki Cross, and it was incredible. And now you see Nikki Cross now, on USA Weekly. It was great. Like I said, another good experience for me being new a few years ago, to get in the ring with these more veteran type women and learn from them. And now
Okay.
I'm here talking to you guys after a few years of getting more experience traveling the world, London, South Africa, Panama, all obviously before the pandemic.
Yeah, we got that, and we are expecting you to come to Chile, hopefully very soon when this pandemic finally ends. So we really hope so.
I would love
Amber,
that. I would love that. That's what I'm hoping.
yeah, we're all hoping that to be being Amber being in Chile wrestling. It's to me, I'm gonna pay that show. Amber, my next question is: besides being a wrestler, you're a mechanic. Could you tell us how that happened and how being a mechanic has influenced your career as a wrestler?
Yes, so I am a little mechanic myself. I drive a 1973 Chevy Nova. I change my own oil. I tune people up in and outside of the ring, right? And I'm going to bring a tune up to Chile, hopefully. My dad is a mechanic, so I'm the daughter of a mechanic. I grew up around classic American muscle cars. So my whole life character is the real character I am in and outside of the ring. I do drive an American muscle car daily. I change my own oil. I work on it. I maintenance it. Daughter of a mechanic. I've always been raised around classic cars. So when I'm in the ring, I'm serious about tuning people up in and outside. I got wrenches on my gear, got tire marks on my gear. I'm the whole gimmick.
Wow,
Yeah,
interesting.
that's very cool. And well, you are known for wrestling around the world in different companies. What is the country that you really enjoy wrestling in? And also, is there any country that you haven't visited yet, but you're interested in wrestling in?
Well, let's see. I absolutely loved wrestling in every country I've been to so far. London, South Africa, Panama. Panama's crowd, though, was insane. I got like my first ever thank you, Amber chant. And they're all yelling thank you, Amber, after the match. And it was just really, really good energy, really good hospitality in South Africa and Panama, everywhere. I guess I would be really interested to come to Chile.
Yes, we hope so. We hope that, please. Amber, during these years, we have seen an important and significant change in women's wrestling in companies like WWE, with more serious matches, something that wasn't very common to see 10 years ago. What do you think about this whole evolution in the women's division?
It's incredible. This women's evolution's been kicking off for, I mean, in the last few years, we've seen it really, really take to new heights with main eventing, with Ronda Rousey, with just all the women getting to main event and break down walls completely. But I mean, I would say women's wrestling's been evolving before that. I want to say 6-7 years, even when honestly back when like the Performance Center opened up and you got Sasha and you got Bailey and everyone like that. I mean, it's just it's been an incredible time to come up for me in this era that I'm coming up in.
Yeah, I agree. It's been getting better, the women's division. And well, there has been rumors that you could sign with WWE. I saw it reported in a few pages that you could sign with WWE in the future. Do you see yourself wrestling there in a near future, in a full-time capacity?
I absolutely see myself going back to WWE to wrestle for them again. I would like to do more than just wrestle for the company. I'd like to be their sponsorship girl, their brand ambassador for Advanced Auto Parts, AutoZone, the car commercials. I'm the girl that's in the commercial, driving the car, changing the oil. Not always a guy on the commercial with the cars and these, mechanic commercials. So I really want to, just break the stigma with women and cars and really bring that into wrestling some more.
Okay, good. Amber, now from WWE, let's move to AEW because you had a couple of matches in that company. And how were those experiences like? And a little bird told me that you are a big fan of Sting, right?
I am.
So I want to ask you personally because Sting is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I want to ask you, how was that feeling of being next to him and working in the same company that Sting?
It felt great. A lot of these people that I've met in wrestling, I met for the first time as a coworker, not as a fan. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of their work. They got me inspired into wrestling in the first place. So working with AEW has been incredible, and I'm sure that you'll see me go back and give some more tune-ups in the future. So, and then Sting, yeah, like meeting him, he was great. Really, really awesome guy. We did a little Too Sweet picture when I debuted on TNT against Chris Statlander. And yeah, I mean, they're just all badasses there. There's a bunch of badasses at AEW.
Yeah, I agree. And the next thing I wanted to ask you is that if you could have one dream match with any women's wrestler in the world right now, who would you pick as a dream match for Amber Nova?
Oh, a dream match? One opponent? That's tough. Just one?
Yeah, just one. Or maybe a couple. If you want a couple, you can do a couple.
I'd love to wrestle Frankie Monet. I wrestled Ty Valkyrie in Impact, but Miss Monet is a new brand, and I just love her chemistry in the ring. So I'd love to work her again. I've never worked Tessa Blanchard before. You know, I love Sasha Banks' style. We have very similar body types, being smaller women, so I think we do a lot of the same stuff. So that would be fun. Charlotte Flair, of course. You know, why not try to take on the Queen, right?
Yes.
I would learn a lot from them. So there's plenty of women I could choose as a dream opponent.
Okay, cool answer. I like it, especially the one when you mentioned that you would like to face Sasha because you two are like the same body. Yes, that would be an interesting match. And Amber, but under what stipulation you would like to match against Sasha? A single match or hardcore match, maybe?
Singles.
Only single?
I mean, I'll take whatever stipulation if I was given the opportunity.
It doesn't matter the stipulation. Just having a match against Sasha.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
Yes. Amber, my next question is: as a wrestler since your debut in 2016, what would you consider your biggest achievements are so far? In addition, do you have any plans or anything else that you feel that must be achieved?
Yes, absolutely. There's so much I haven't accomplished yet that I'm still on my bucket list, still checking off. You know, major accomplishments. Like I said, you know, only about a year in the business, wrestled for Impact, NXT. I've wrestled for now AEW. I've wrestled in 3 different countries. Unfortunately, the pandemic slowed a lot of things down for a lot of people. But yeah, like I said, I'm really trying to incorporate cars, American Muscle, classic cars, and wrestling. Really pulling that together. Like I said, there's Advanced Auto Parts, AutoZones, there's always sponsorships, and you always see men in these commercials. And I'm breaking the stigma with women in cars, and that's what I'm going for. So I'd like to see myself in one of those commercials with wrestling and just really, really show little women, little girls growing up that you can do it all. And I have a good message I want to bring out there, and just, you know, it's 2021, and, you know, I can drive a 73 Nova my whole life and change the oil, and I think I can promote it just as good as any guy can on any of these commercials with, and then obviously incorporate the pro wrestling. Those are a few achievements that are on my bucket list. So
very cool. And I wanted to ask you, what is the future of Amber Nova? What are your plans for the next few months?
Oh, the next few months, I am getting booked pretty quickly, and my schedule's been filling up. So you'll see me around other states. You know, I'm wrestling in Texas, New York, and you know, look out for me again where I have been, and I'll see me again there.
Perfect. And for the people who may not know about you, where they can follow you on social media, and also for your fans who are watching this interview, where they can find your merch. We know that you have a lot of t-shirt designs.
Oh, yes. So if you aren't very familiar with me, you can YouTube Amber Nova. Check out my matches on the WWE Network. Like, they were on there. They were probably on YouTube, NXT, Impact, AEW. You can follow my social media. It's Amber Nova 73 because I drive a 73 American Muscle car. If you want to get geared up with me, I got t-shirts on prowrestlingtees.com/Amber Nova. or you can send me a DM to my social media. You can order autographed posters, photos, and I'll soon be getting my own t-shirts as well. You can order directly from me. So yeah, just shoot me a DM and I'll give you the quotes.
Well, thank you, Amber. And before closing this interview, do you have a message for your fans, the people who are watching this interview?
Yes. Don't forget to keep your drive. Whatever it is in life, like I say, Nova drive all the way. You need your drive, your passion. It keeps you going. I know we've all been going through hard times this last year, but we are shifting gears right out of that into a new year. So, Nova drive, baby. To all my Nova heads out there.
Very cool. Thank you very much for your time, Amber. It was a great interview, and we wish you nothing but success in your next projects.
Thank you so much. I hope I come to Chile soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, please.
Thank you, Amber.
Thank you.